Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I'd like to take a look at something a little bit different for me, and that is an MRE Nation ration. Now this was kindly sent to me by Tracy Phillips, so once again thank you Tracy. And this particular menu is menu 59, beef stew. So let's get this on a table and see what this pack contains. So I now have here on the table the MRE Nation menu 59 beef stew, which was kindly sent to me by Tracy Phillips. I will leave a link in the description below. This one is a civilian copy or similarity to the US MRE. The bags are very similar, even has a peelable seal. I've had a look around the bag, and like the Warnick company, I cannot see any sort of best before date stamps on there. So let's get this open and see if the peelable seal actually works. Now, as I said before, they seem to work best if you actually grip them in the point, and that opened very nicely. So what do we get in the MRE Nation menu 59? So what do we have? Just move these to one side. We have a dried fruit mix. A little bit of camo pattern in there. There's a little accessory pack with a spoon. Let's open those as we go. Now, spoon, totally different shape. Doesn't feel as strong as the US MRE spoon, but it's a nice looking spoon. There is a single napkin. We have some Smarties. Actually, here in the UK we call these fizzers. Smarties in the UK are very much like the when I see the Canadian rations. They're like an M&M, chocolate M&Ms. We call these fizzers, but very similar looking thing to we have here. We have some crushed red pepper. There is a moist towelette, some salt and pepper, a sugar, a coffee creamer, and we have a deep rich coffee. I've never seen that brand before, so that's that accessory pack. And then we also have, this must be the mains, the beef stew. There is some sugar cookies. See if we can get those all on shot. We have some strawberry jam. A large pack of peanut butter. Now these look like a larger pack than what we usually get in the US MRE. We have a grape powder stick beverage. MRE Star, again I think that's a brand known in the US. We have crackers, just like the US MRE crackers. There is a beverage bag which actually looks a lot stronger than the army version, and a flameless ration heater. The pads look the same, but obviously this is not green. So these are the contents of the menu 59 MRE Nation beef stew. So let's get these on a tray and see what they look and taste like. So as you can see, I now have everything laid out on the tray, and I'm going to start where I always start, and that is to make my drinks. So I'm going to use this coffee, creamer and sugar, just the way I like it. So this is a new brand of coffee for me. I've never tried this one before. It's a very, very fine powder. And the creamer. And sugar. And we'll make that to about half a cup using the spoon that came with the pack. Just wipe that spoon there. And I think what we'll do next is the grape powder stick. Now this calls for 20 ounces, 12 ounces, sorry. Being from the UK, I wasn't quite sure what that was, so I actually measured on a measuring jug, and it is actually a full glass. So we shall need a full glass of water with this one. Now it's not opened across the tear strip, so I'm going to bring in my knife. Now today I've got on standby one of my more unusual knives. Now I do hunt, I do shoot, so with that goes some game preparation, animal preparation. So I have this very nice impressive little knife to help me. It actually forms a pair of shears, bone shears. On the back there is actually a bone saw, and also there's a very useful knife, so it's a good combination tool. They do separate, so you have a bone saw and a knife. Very useful piece of equipment. All I need for now though is the knife, so I'll quickly bring that in just to open it. Very tough packaging. Now there is a lot of powder there, a lot of sugar, so it's a high energy drink, I'm sure. And as I say, it called for a full glass, or 12 ounces. We'll get that a good stir. Plenty of stirring. Again, spoon, little rinse. Okay, so we'll keep going, and we're going to take a look at these sugar cookies. Again, we'll just bring in that knife. Now, it looks like these have seen a little bit of battle damage, for want of a better expression, but there's some 4 cookies or biscuits there. We shall also have a look at the crackers. Now all these hiss just like the military, they look slightly different packaging. Yes, nice hiss. But they look like they're a little bit damaged there. They actually look very damaged. Now I need to say these are coming out as well as the military, US Army military ones do. You certainly don't need to split the pack, and they do look like a different cracker. And they are stuck to the pack. Give me quite a lot of trouble. These are, I'm sorry to say, nowhere near as good as the US cracker, the MRE military. Stuck, broken. My word, what's happened there? I've just managed to get a pile of crumbs, so that's not. They look lighter. They don't have the markings that the MRE cracker has. That's a very disappointing. That tastes like it's flour and water. Nothing else. No salt. To be honest, I think that's very unpleasant. That's one of the worst crackers I've ever tasted. And I'm actually going to try some of this grape juice. Very sweet, very artificial flavoured, but a very pleasant sort of drink. Just needed to take that flavour of those. They look just like undercooked crackers. I don't know if you can see. Very, very disappointing. I was hoping for something far better. So, dried fruit mix. Have a look at the dried fruit. That looks like a nice mix there. And it says on the packet there are banana, coconut, papaya and pineapple. Nice mix there. I think we will take the edge off the peanut butter. Again, feels a larger pack. There is some sort of delamination going on there. I don't know if you can see. And there's a strange plastic smell now to that container. Let's take the top off that. Some of the strawberry jam. Just get that top open, ready for use. And last but not least, we shall open the beef stew. And very hot. I've had this boiling in a separate pan. Looks just like what you imagine a stew to look like. Nice pieces of beef, some vegetables. Very difficult to get it all out of the pack. Okay. So, I think I'll start with the coffee. Now it's a very fine powder. It's very mild, very cheap store brand, dare I say. I mean, instant coffees are never good, but there is still good, and there are cheaper brands. This seems like a very cheap coffee. It's warm, it's wet, it's coffee flavoured, but it's certainly not a quality brand. So I think we'll go straight to the mains. So let's try some of the potatoes, the peas and the gravy. Very rich, very thick, nicely salted and peppered. Very reminiscent, again, I'll keep saying this because most of these are very reminiscent of a canned or tinned stew. Very pleasant, not unpleasant at all. Try a bit of beef there. It's rich, it's salty, it's got pepper. The beef is soft, chewy, easy to manage for everybody. Nice flavour, nicely thick, nice amount of beef and chunks. Very, very much a canned or tinned style beef stew, but very pleasant all the same. I will be finishing all of that. Very salty, but very thick gravy. I shall come back to another little drink of this. Grape juice. I think we shall have a look at the dried fruit. There's so much choice here, it's very difficult to know where to go. I think that must be the papaya. I'll have a little taste of that. Very dry, not a lot of flavour left in the papaya. The banana chip, again very dry, not a lot of flavour. Let's try a handful of mix, handful of it all mixed together. Individually, the individual pieces don't have a lot of flavour, all combined, it beefs it up a little. They're very sweet. I think these are sweetened rather than more natural, but they'll be okay. Top pocket, handful thrown into your mouth every now and again. I really don't want to have a look at these crackers again. I just had a little taste when I tried to get them out of the packet. They were stuck. They look undercooked. They have a taste of raw flour. Not pleasant. I don't know whether this is just a bad batch, and I've been very unfortunate because I've seen other people have these MRE Nation and the crackers look pretty good, but these they're just undercooked. They're not cooked nowhere near enough. With the mains save them. They are palatable as a background cracker because there is no flavour from the cracker. That helps it go well with the meat dinner, the main entree. Edible with the addition of the mains. Let's try a little bit with some peanut butter. Peanut butter looks nice and thick, nice and creamy. There is a strange smell coming from that plastic. I hope that's not permeated into the butter. No. Nice, flavourful, thick, plenty of peanuts, good, standard. It's nice, sweet. It's sweeter than the US MRE. A nice decent peanut butter. Try a little bit of the jam. There is a strawberry jam. Nice, sweet strawberry jam. There is strawberries in there. You can taste them, you can feel them. Let's just try a little bit as a well-known peanut butter, because it's a very dry peanut butter. It's very mouth drying, so I would go with a little bit of the jam, I'm sure. PB&J. That jam just helps take the dryness away. Peanut butter, lots of flavour, very tasty, very peanutty, but very dry. Addition of the jam just takes away the dryness. Again, the crackers are going okay with something on them, so they are savable. They just need to be used as a base. Back to the coffee, just clean my mouth. And go back to the cookies, sweet cookies. Very much what we call a shortbread cookie, shortbread biscuit here in the UK. They're sweet, they're dry, they're crisp, crunchy, very pleasant, very enjoyable. I'm sure, in addition, a bit of jam to them. Nice chunk of strawberry coming out there, good chunk of jam. Very nice. Very nice addition of jam. Let's go with the PB&J route on the cookie. Again, good mix. Nice flavours, nice textures. I'm guessing very sticky. So, we'll have a take a look at this moist towelette. Very sticky from the jam and peanut butter. Very small towelette. quite thin, although it opens up to a reasonable size. Does smell of lemon cleaner, lemon detergent type smell. Personally, I prefer them to be unscented, for the smell of lemon if you're eating with your fingers isn't always good, but it's done the job. It's cleaned, it's freshened, and it's taken away that stickiness. Go back to the grape juice. And finally, I'm not going to add any salt and pepper. There's plenty of salt and pepper in there. I don't think it needs any crushed red pepper. Again, it's a beef stew. You don't need to sort of heat everything with heat. That is a very pleasant tasting stew. So I'm not going to put the pepper on. Let's have a look at these Smarties. See if they are like what we call fizzers here in the UK. Surprisingly, they're very different. They look like what we call fizzers, but they are just sugar candies, little sugar sweets. They taste just like they're slightly flavoured sugars. They've got no fizz to them. In the UK they have a fizziness, so when you pop them in your mouth they sort of fizz a little bit. But they're still a pleasant little sweet, pleasant little candy. Excuse me for me slipping. Something has just set my sinuses off. I don't know what. I don't know why, but you have to excuse me. So, recap. The coffee. Fine granule. Very, very basic quality. Not a good brand, I wouldn't say by any means. It is a hot coffee flavoured drink. I can't say anything more than that. It's not inspiring, it's just a warm flavoured coffee drink. The grape, very nice flavour of artificial grape, a lot of sugar in there, pleasing, artificial, no grapes anywhere near, but it's still a pleasant cooling drink. The dried fruit, individually they're lacking individual flavour, but popped into the mouth in combination you get a sweet sugared dried fruit snack to eat along on your trail. Few handfuls in your mouth, you'll be quite happy with those. The cookies are sweet, they're crisp, they're very much like a butter biscuit, a shortbread biscuit we say here in the UK. Very nice, very crunchy, exceptionally good base for the jam and the peanut butter, which just give them another lift. The main meal, tasty, rich, thick. Beef is nice and soft, the vegetables are nice and soft. Very, very reminiscent of canned or tinned stew, but I don't mean that in a negative way. It's quite pleasing, thick, warm and comforting. Both the peanut butter and the jam, very good quality for both. Peanut butter, a lot of peanuts, quite dry. The packaging sort of failed and it peeled apart, leaving that packaging with a strange plastic smell, not a pleasant plastic smell, but it hasn't imported into the peanut butter. That's still a very nice peanut butter. The jam, nice quality. Strawberries in there, lumps of strawberries, very nice quality jam. The biggest, absolute biggest disappointment with these crackers, I was expecting a US MRE military style cracker. They looked like it until you open it, but that, as you saw, was stuck to the packet. I could not remove it. The more I tried to remove it, it was just crumbling. Undercooked. It doesn't feel like this has been fully cooked. It feels like I'm eating raw flour, which isn't pleasant. Fortunately, it was still usable as a background to the mains, and as the jam and as the peanut butter. That saved it. Because of the lack of flavour, it was able to be a good base to the rest of the meal. So I'm going to leave it there. Sort of mixed bag, some good, some not so good, but overall a pleasing combination. I'm sure most people will be happy to receive this on the trail if they're hungry. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.